Top tip gang, what's good? It's your boy Left, and we back with another one. But before we get into it, make sure y'all smash that like, share, subscribe, notification bell. Hey man, let's get into what y'all came to see. Now man, what y'all came to hear. Now this is something sad I had to report on, man. I hate I had to report on it. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It's a hard one right here, man. Your boy Game is reportedly going broke, man. Game done lost his house, his record label, cars, everything, man, due to that lawsuit that the judge laid on him. He ain't want to pay it, man. So I just want to go over with y'all and just see what they had to say about it, man, and see exactly what's going on with the game, man.
Well, speaking of money, the whole lawsuit situation that you got hit with, that still hasn't gotten worked out.
Yeah, probably won't ever. I'm broke. I don't have a dime.
The game is facing a financial collapse of epic proportions. Reports confirm that the rapper has lost an estimated $7 million with his home music label and assets seized in a dramatic legal unraveling.
Damn.
This all
$7 million? Shit. Damn, gang.
stems from a years-long legal battle with Priscilla Rainey, a former reality show contestant who won a $7 million judgment against him for assault. But the game's refusal to pay and continued defiance in court triggered deeper consequences.
Nice.
Let's clear that up now. I'm not screaming. He did not rape me. But what he did do is touch 3 times and told me shut the up before I eliminate you, and then pulled my up in front of a crowd of people in Chicago at a club with the lights on and people taking pictures. To the point that 3 cameramen walked off set and quit because they got daughters and wives at home, and they said he's a piece of
Rainey's
Whoa. Gang, what the fuck you got going on, brother? Damn.
legal team aggressively pursued payment, ultimately gaining rights to his royalties, tour income, and even his independent label, Prolific Records. With court-approved seizures, they began collecting everything from streaming revenue to personal property. The once flamboyant Compton rapper, known for his wealth and bravado, now finds himself cornered. His accounts drained, home liened, and brand assets stripped. This isn't just a personal downfall, it's a cautionary tale.
You goddamn right, because all he had to do was pay that lady or ought to set it out before all this shit hit the fan like this.
The game ignored court orders, taunted the legal system, and now the bill has come due. Fans and industry insiders are stunned as the empire he spent decades building crumbles in real time. With no label, no mansion, and nearly every income stream frozen, the game's financial downfall stands as one of hip-hop's most shocking losses. There may be a more serious reason behind why the game hasn't been releasing.
Like 10 years. What happens is, I believe the attorney or something over there got some type of vendetta against Game, bro. The attorney be.
From my understanding, the house isn't in the game, aka Jason Taylor's name. I get he owes a debt, but how could they force the sale of a house if it's not in his name? How does that work?
I mean, just because something's not in your name don't mean it's not tied to your name.
In fact, there may be a more serious reason why Kanye West is reportedly buying Maybachs for the game, instead of the game purchasing them himself. Speculation is now growing that the game might be facing financial distress, some even saying he could be homeless. While that may sound extreme, recent developments suggest things are far from stable. Reports confirm that the game has been forced by a court order to give up his Calabasas home, valued at over $4 million. This wasn't a voluntary sale, it was a legal requirement following judgment enforcement. Had the game consistently appeared in court and addressed his legal issues, this situation might have been avoided entirely.
Damn, so he just saying, fuck it, I ain't going to court, fuck you, bitch. And you see what happened, man. It's a fucking slap in the face, gang. Just like that. Yes. Damn.
Now, questions are mounting about where he'll go next, how this unfolded, and what steps could have been taken to prevent it. Back in August 2015, the game appeared on VH1 in a reality series called She's Got Game. The show was styled like a celebrity dating competition where notable friends of the game selected women to compete for his attention.
dumbass friends I deal, I'll get rid of all them.
Fire starter, you good?
I'm good. No fire started today.
So it sounds to me like they're trying to trash me in front of Jason to make me look like a fire starter. You know what? Let's go.
Think of it as a mix between The Bachelor and Love and Hip Hop, with the game at the center of it all. The concept was dramatic and highly stylized, presenting the game as a confident figure, seemingly in full control of his image.
Yeah, I get it, but at that point, you the game. Why would you want to do this? Like, I get it, it was something new and different, but then you must have been lame as hell at the crib. Like, man, when I get in, I'm gonna do me like a Flavor Love show. Like, used to be a stripper. Like, your mindset is all weird, bro.
Contrast that with an earlier TV appearance before his fame, where he was still known as JT. That version showed a much humbler side, far from the persona that would later dominate reality TV screens. But fast forward to the 2015 version of the game, and it's a completely different energy. He wasn't trying to win someone's affection. Instead, women were battling each other for a chance to be with him. The confidence was loud, and the spotlight was his. But what followed after this era would challenge everything that persona was built on. One of the contestants on She's Got Game was a woman named Priscilla Rainey. That name would later carry significant weight as she would go on to win a massive judgment against the game, turning his assets into a legal payday. What started as reality television drama quickly turned into a decade-long legal nightmare. On the show, Priscilla was presented in a very specific light. Viewers may remember her as the so-called fire starter, a contestant constantly wrapped in drama. According to Rainey herself, the whole setup was staged. She later claimed the show was fully scripted and that she had been in a paused 7-year relationship while filming, simply playing a role to create tension. Despite the scripted nature of the series, Rainey stood out among the contestants. Yeah. She wasn't chosen by the...
She played a role, all right. She played a hell of a role. She played a $7 million role, you asked me. Shit, me to my shit.
Game as the winner, but her presence made an impact. Her portrayal, marked by frequent arguments and bold confrontations, made her one of the show's most controversial figures. Ironically, it's this very depiction, combined with off-camera events, that became central to her legal action.
And I've been in this motherfucker since 2003, right? Because that's when I got signed to Aftermath, 2003. If you ask anybody, you know, anybody that really know me that's in this motherfucker industry, and go ask Dr. Dre, man. Like, sit Dr. Dre down and really ask that about who I am and my character and, you know, like what he really feel about me at the end of the day as a man. So if you could ask Nip himself, he would have told you, and he did tell you out his own mouth of what, you know, I contributed, you know,
gang.
to his career. Coming straight out of West Side, Cedar Block, Bompton, and Top Dog know what it is, Kendrick know what it is, Mustard know what it is, Ty Dolla $ign know what it is, Dr. Dre know what it is, Snoop know what it is.
While the show's conflicts and emotional confrontations may have been created for entertainment, the lawsuit that followed was anything but fiction. After filming Wrapped, Rainey filed a civil suit against Jason Taylor, known professionally as The Game, alleging serious misconduct during production. She didn't win the dating contest, but in court, the tables dramatically turned. In her lawsuit, Rainey presented a detailed timeline of events, asserting that what happened during an off-camera outing amounted to misconduct that caused her emotional distress and trauma. For the purpose of clarity and to remain within broadcast standards, the more graphic language...
Man, you see how women can just, like, this basically a 2015 or 2025 Diddy case back in the day. You get what I'm saying?
Used in the lawsuit will be paraphrased or censored accordingly. This marked the beginning of a...
So when you get your bread, man, you get up there, you become somebody, man, you gotta move like a boss. You can't be thirsty for no pussy, chasing women, touching them, saying all type of reckless shit, because they use all them tools against you to destroy you and bring you down. You gotta be smart. You get what I'm saying? Like, be smart, y'all. Don't crash out.
Legal case that would span years, significantly impact the game's financial status, and eventually...
Nigga can't drop music, ain't got shit, gotta hide everything, act like he broke.
Lead to court orders affecting his home and earnings. Rainey's claims weren't just allegations. They were the foundation of a courtroom battle that shifted public perception and brought serious consequences. While filming in Chicago in 2015, contestant Priscilla Rainey accompanied the show's lead on an off-camera outing to a suburban sports bar. During this visit, Rainey alleged that she was assaulted in front of numerous onlookers. According to the official court document,
I wonder if they talking about, I wonder what suburban sports bar it could have been in Chicago. 2015, that's been around about 3 years after Sosa then was popular. Could have been Adriana's, Red Diamonds, it could have been The Factory, S2s, a couple places it could have been.
Documents the incident involved repeated unwanted physical contact. While on a stage visible to the entire venue and under bright lights, Rainey claimed her skirt was lifted without consent. Her private areas were allegedly touched inappropriately in front of the crowd. Despite trying to move away and pull her skirt back down, she reported that the behavior continued. The claims included repeated touching of intimate areas and her chest, actions allegedly intended for public spectacle.
I lost the best thing that ever happened to me, but now I think I'm ready to find that special someone. And I'm gonna give her 100% of everything that I got.
Game is looking for love.
You're gonna step into my life and take this journey.
And he's bringing 10 lucky ladies along for the ride.
3 days later, Rainey confronted the individual involved while on the show's tour bus. A camera crew captured this confrontation. Footage began with another contestant mentioning Rainey's unscheduled outing, which broke show rules. That contestant reportedly returned visibly distressed. Rainey responded by saying she had informed production staff.
Are you struggling?
Okay. That's where the bullshit started right there. He took her ass out against show rules, see? Because she probably was pretty, the prettiest one you wanted to hang with her, thought she was going, and she tricked your ass. I'd have left her ass right there, see?
One else. During the argument, the accused reminded Rainey that he had told her to remain silent, quoting the phrase, "Don't mention it means don't mention it." The exchange quickly escalated. Rainey attempted to voice discomfort about what had taken place, but was repeatedly told to stay quiet. She was reportedly ordered to be a woman and shut up. Refusing to remain silent, Rainey described the alleged incident in explicit detail.
See, I don't condone none of this behavior. If this how you treat women and this how you choose to go about shit because you got money, a little bit of fame, then your ass need to be broke and need to be in jail. Like, that's Diddy, R. Kelly, all these motherfuckers. That shit they saying is true, yeah, but if it's not true, then let them men have justice. You get what I'm saying? Like, man.
The confrontation, captured on film, would later become a focal point in the legal case, providing recorded evidence of both the argument and her initial account of events. Following the alleged incident, the legal fallout intensified. In August 2015, just before the show's debut, Priscilla Rainey filed a federal lawsuit in Chicago accusing the show's lead of sexual battery. However, the legal process soon became a game of evasion. According to court records, the defendant repeatedly avoided being served legal papers. 5 process servers across 3 states attempted delivery, with one server making 41 unsuccessful visits to a California residence. The district judge ultimately approved alternative service due to the repeated failures. Meanwhile, media coverage and social media commentary kept the case in the spotlight. In June 2016, a magistrate judge scheduled a mandatory settlement conference for Juneteenth and ordered both parties to appear in person.
You are giving me $10 million.
Let's go! Who's gonna give you $10 million?
Jayceon Taylor,
Also
is
known
giving
as
me The Game.
Let's go.
It's giving me $10 million.
On June 2nd,
Damn.
the defendant filed to
$10 million fucking dollars. Shit.
reschedule, citing safety concerns due to rising firearm-related violence in Chicago. He pointed to a violent Memorial Day weekend in which nearly 70 individuals were injured, stating that his high-profile status made him a potential target. These claims were submitted to the court as a reason for avoiding travel to Chicago. Around that same time, the individual had also publicly engaged in a feud with a Chicago-based rapper, further raising tensions. Throughout the legal process, the defendant neither formally responded
I think that's when he had gotten to it with Dirk, and Dirk approached him in the club.
to the lawsuit nor appeared in court. Despite denying the allegations in public statements, he failed to participate in the official proceedings. As a result of this prolonged absence and failure to respond, the judge issued a default ruling against him. Although Rainey had originally sought $10 million in damages, the default judgment concluded without awarding the full amount, but firmly established the defendant's legal liability through inaction. In 2016, following the default judgment in Priscilla Rainey's favor, the defendant took to Instagram with a lengthy and hostile post. The rant rejected the court's ruling and denied all allegations while attacking Rainey's credibility with offensive language and personal insults.
Yeah, I remember that post.
The post began by dismissing the $10 million judgment, claiming it was baseless and would never be collected. He blamed the outcome on being overseas and not responding in time, stating that his legal team would address the matter immediately upon his return. He further claimed the plaintiff had a history of fraud and illegal behavior, insisting the case held no merit. The defendant suggested the lawsuit was retaliation for being removed from the reality show, implying it was part of a premeditated plan. The post accused the plaintiff of seeking attention and misrepresenting events for personal gain. He insisted no inappropriate behavior occurred and that none of the other show participants would corroborate the plaintiff's claims. The social media post was laced with derogatory remarks, mockery, and character attacks. Though intended to discredit the lawsuit, it instead drew widespread criticism due to its inflammatory tone and lack of legal substance. Rather than aiding his legal position,
You can't fight fire with fire. He just said, God, I apologize. I never did nothing to that lady. I hate that this happened. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to take that route.
the response raised concerns about defamation and further solidified public perception of the ongoing legal conflict.
All right, so that's one pair of prescription glasses.
Yep.
Plus anti-reflective lens coating.
Oh.
Scratch resistant.
Denying all wrongdoing, the defendant's courtroom absence and online behavior only complicated his case. The defendant continued mocking the plaintiff online, claiming she resorted to legal action out of desperation. He dismissed the lawsuit as a crying shame and used derogatory remarks, including references to her appearance, to undermine her credibility. This was the same contestant he kept advancing on his own dating show, which complicates his later claims of disinterest. Meanwhile, the plaintiff responded publicly, appearing on platforms like Power 1, 05, and This Is 50, where she alleged the show was entirely scripted. She claimed it was
50 was going to give her a platform. 50 don't play. That nigga get on his bad side, he going to ruin your motherfucking ass. No bullshit. That nigga 50 ass is crazy, bro. I ain't lying.
a fictional production mimicking The Bachelor, and that she had paused a long-term relationship to participate. She described the show as orchestrated entertainment, not a genuine romantic endeavor, and detailed her version of events, insisting her allegations were based on real incidents that occurred off-camera during production. Despite the seriousness of the claims, the defendant initially treated the case lightly. He repeatedly avoided court and seemed confident he wouldn't be found liable. However, on November 14th, the case proceeded to trial. A jury reviewed the testimonies and ultimately ruled in the plaintiff's favor, awarding her damages. Following the verdict, the defendant turned his attention toward Viacom, the network behind the reality show. He filed a lawsuit alleging that producers were responsible for casting the plaintiff, implying their decision directly led to his legal troubles. The counter-lawsuit accused the network of negligence in selecting contestants and failing to protect him from legal exposure. However, the legal strategy did little to overturn the judgment, and his financial liabilities remained intact. Despite a medical recommendation advising against her participation, a doctor reportedly flagged the plaintiff's arrest history, including charges of aggravated battery, as evidence of instability. Citing this, the defendant later argued Viacom was responsible for casting someone deemed unsuitable, seeking $20 million in damages. That amount included the $7.1 million judgment he had been ordered to pay her, plus $13 million more for alleged reputational and financial damage. The court, however, did not side with him. The $7.1 million judgment primarily stemmed from his failure to participate in the legal process, leaving the court little option but to rule against him by default.
Damn. So all this happened basically is because he didn't show his ass up to court. He chose to get a judge the middle finger and say, F y'all, give him the runaround. When he had the money to take care of the legal situation right, he could have probably settled this for $250,000, $1 million, probably a couple million, but not $7 million. You wouldn't have lost everything and been broke. So donkey of the day goes to game, man. This should be a lesson for all you people out here, man. Like, for real, it's a lesson for me, too. I learned from it. This is crazy, man. So y'all know what to do. Until the next one, Top Tier Gang. Hit that like, share, subscribe, notification bell. Hey, man, let's keep going to the top. I love y'all. Until the next one, peace.